And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
no way. I was like so shocked. And we've met, and he told me a lot of stuff about the gaming industry, give me a lot of advices and insights. And he was so cool and open-minded and open as a person. I was shocked. That's how easy it is.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels.
Welcome back, everyone. And I've got a fun episode for you guys with two young, lovely gentlemen here with me, Tim Fadeev and Andrey Ivashentsev. Have I said it? Yay! We've been practicing before.
And we're lovely gentlemen.
And you are. So if it's on Hotel Talk, then it's true. So these guys are the founders of GDCy, which stands for Game Development Cyprus, or Game Dev, if we want to be young and hip Cyprus. And I'm going to let them tell us all about that. GDCy had a festival last year for the first time at St. Raphael Resort, and it was amazing. Please look back at the pictures if you're listening to this. I posted loads as well on my LinkedIn and Facebook.
There's even a video.
Oh my goodness. It was hip and cool and fun. And there's another one coming up in just a few weeks. So you guys have got to make the effort to get to Live and Soul Cyprus and be part of this amazing festival. So Tim, Andrey, thank you first of all for being on Hotel Talk.
Thank you for inviting
us.
Okay, so tell us a bit about, let's start with the festival since I've gone there already.
Yeah, okay.
Tell us about the festival, why you did it, what has inspired you, and how did you make it so successful, apart from, of course, choosing St. Raphael as your venue, but in such a short space of time? Because I remember last year you came and you were
like for 2 months, less than 2 months.
Because we were like, it's either beginning of season or end. And I remember Andrey was like, let's do it now.
Yeah, I was
we
thinking
should
that
do it now or never, because like it's 6 weeks and it's the minimal time to make it happen.
I was sure that this is suicide.
Yeah, I love
because,
it.
like, it's impossible.
But I love the balance. That's what makes a good partnership. When you see one that wants to put on the brakes and one that's ready with the engine and the gears, and then it just balances.
Well, but frankly, it was a definite leap of faith last year, because I was pretty sure I had a big experience in events before, and I was sure that it's impossible to like pull together like festival like this in such short notice. But we did it, and
but you hadn't used St. Raphael before.
Yes, of course. That's the theme for another podcast about how we were looking for half a year for a venue for the location. Actually, not even the venue. Location for the festival. It should be like, there was 2 terms. It should be on the seashore, and it should be flat. I was sure that living on the island, it wasn't a problem, to find some piece of land on the beach. But it was like a crazy problem for us. And
logistics is also a question, because if we want to attract more people, we need to do it in Limassol anyway.
Not in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, we could do almost anything, but it would be a problem to attract people there. So finally, we ended up here, and we're happy with that. So we extended our partnership for this year too.
Yeah.
And
I hope more years to come.
Yeah.
We hope so, of course.
So tell us, let's go into, what is the festival? What can people expect if they come? Who should be coming to it? And then I want to go back to what inspired you to do it.
It should start from the roots, but let's go for the festival. So right now, I can say that we are doing the biggest B2B gaming event in Europe, at least, maybe in the world, open air event.
When you're adding more and more adjectives, it's always, you could be unique and number one, like in any area.
Learn from Apple presentation. Marvelous, amazing, fabulous. No, but really, as a B2B conference, and B2B conference held on open air, in open air format, we are the first who are doing this, and we are the biggest in Europe, because, of course, there is a Gamescom and DevCom. That's the huge event for the industry that's happening in Cologne, Germany, every year in August, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is mostly like B2C conference, so business to customers.
Yeah.
And they present a lot of games. It's like thousands of people from all over the world.
They're also DevCon, they're B2B.
Yeah.
But the closest concept to us is the conference Reboot Develop that took place in Dubrovnik. It probably would be in 2 weeks from now.
Croatia,
Yeah, in Croatia. It's pretty big and pretty interesting, but we were trying to set it up as we expect the ideal conference to be Cyprus, with Cyprus vibes.
So basically, you've been to all the other events, you've seen what they offer, you've seen what's good and what they need to improve on.
Yeah, we need to start from this. So,
and most of the people coming, because it's B2B, obviously there's a lot of people, which people don't realize, in Cyprus. Like there's such a big industry here. The majority obviously based here already, but are people also flying in from abroad?
Of course, a lot. And this year it will be even more people. So first one, it was for the first time people don't understand the format. They was like not sure what it would be. Half of the people, not half, but part of the people confuse it with the music festival, and they was like, what's the point to come in? Like, how can I make these business expenses look like for my accountant? Like I'm going to the festival on the beach. What's happening? But now people understand that this is the format. The format is from let's say 11 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. There is a proper business conference. So there is 4 content tracks: business and games, marketing and games, tech and games, and Cyprus game dev. Last year we had more than 50 speakers with different topics from different companies like Samsung, Microsoft, Google. Who else? I don't know. Local like KPMG, Bank of Cyprus, different companies talking about different topics. Yes, and in the evening, in the same location, there is a live rock music starts. That's the whole point, that you don't need, because on the regular conference there is usually after party. If it's like 2-day conference, there is a party between the days, but it's usually in some remote venue. You have to I don't know, conference in the hotel, then you go to some club, there is like some party, then you go sleep, and next day in the hotel the conference continues. And we decided to make everything in one place, under the sky, on the seashore, with the stage, with the music. So that was the idea. So in the daytime you are working, listening to the smart people. And then in the evening, you drink beer with the same people on the stage, listening to music.
Yeah, and
honestly,
networking. Yeah,
not only in the evening, but the whole idea of game development conferences are more about the networking with fellow game developers and exchanging the news, current topics, like searching for the publishing, searching for the marketing. So it's 70% networking and 30% content. That's why we try to make networking even more engaging, even more interesting, providing more ways to spend time, more convenient ways to have some fun and party together. For example, our T-Rex run was amazing, and it have nothing to do with business part, but it attracted huge amount of attention, and people are happy to join. We had the prizes from last year.
You should see how the millionaires and successful CEOs of the companies were running in these crazy costumes on the all the Cyprus heat to get the PS5. It's funny, they can buy bunch of PS5 and don't feel anything, but to run and to win it, it's really cool. And it's it was the coolest thing to see that there was a junior game designer, so I don't know, artists from the companies, just regular employees, and the owners of the company as well, different companies, gaming studios or whatever, also running in the costumes with them
and drinking beer and have a small talk afterwards. So it's really equalizing the people here. We're all part of the big event and all spending time together to have fun and get some interesting insights of the industry.
We call it part of the industry.
We call it business in shorts.
Business in shorts. I like that.
So this is the whole idea of the fest.
That's amazing. So you got your inspiration from attending other festivals and realizing there was.
So I had 15 years combined, maybe even more in the industry, and most of it of the time I was on business development side. What is business development in games? So if you are business developer in a gaming studio, your main job is to make relationships with the partners, with publishers, with investors, with some, I don't know, advertisers, with the platforms, Apple, Google, Facebook. You need to find the people. You need to have a good relationship for simple, to get your game featured as the app of the day, for example. It's also, of course, you need a good metrics inside the game, but it also works when you just like write down to your manager at Apple and say, hey, we had a big release. Can you give us the like featuring like this month? And this is like part of business development. And to achieve that, you have to attend different conferences and closed events all over the world. So like before the pandemic, that was my 2019, that was my most busy year as a business developer. I was working in the company Avem Games. It's actually based in Paphos. It's pretty big guys in the casual game development field. They're pretty big with a big history. And I was traveling London, US, somewhere inside Europe, Gamescom as well. So like almost every month there is a conference and you have to go and represent your company as well. So you kind of you are looking for the context, and all incoming contacts go to you. So because you are kind of face of the company, no one goes to the CEO obviously because he's like busy. And here comes the business development guy who is usually as a face of the company, as a voice of the company, and you can always find him on LinkedIn or whatever and just like drop him a message and
more approachable.
So I kind of like connecting people. That was like Nokia. So and then pandemic hit, and all the conference got canceled. We were being on the lockdown. Everyone knows that. And basically that's how GDCy started. So when all the lockdowns were lifted, we understood that all of us, like we were speaking with the guys who live here and like, abroad on Facebook or whatever. And they would say, oh my God, we need to have like another conference, like another gathering, at least over the beer, to share some news, to speak, to see each other again.
What's happening all over the world? Because like you're sitting at home Zoom. And that's it.
And they say, let's do some people gathering in Cyprus. And it's like, game dev people gathering. And I say, okay, I was like, this idea was running over my mind like for quite a long time, but I was too lazy and too busy, too occupied with my main work to like, make an event, invite people. This is, that's like a lot of pain in the ass. But I decided to do it. And it was like, actually, I posted on my Facebook, it's like, guys, let's gather over a beer. I just booked a table in Woodman Pub for 30 persons. And I thought that it would be like, I don't know, 10 people maximum attending. We just like have a cool chat about the industry, about the news, and have some beers, and that's it. But 15 minutes before the event, it was already 60 people inside. And in the end, it was almost 100. And I had to close the whole Woodman. And everyone was so excited. Their eyes was like, in fire. They say, we have to do this. We have to do this every month. And I say, well, okay, let's do it. And I called it like GDCy, like Game Dev Cyprus, but because of there is a GDCy game developer conference happening in San Francisco every year. It's like one of the biggest in the world. To avoid any confusion, I added Y in the end, like Cyprus.
Yeah.
So, that's how it started. And even on the first event, we had kind of sponsor, because a friend of mine from one big company, she was here on vacation and she saw all of this and say, what if our company buy a round of beer for everyone? I say, okay, let's do it. And she just like used her corporate card to buy a round of beer for everyone. And everyone was happy, obviously, to get a free beer. She get like, say that, hey, my company is paying for you. And from this start, like from the next month, we already had like proper sponsor. And then we start growing for the whole, let's say 1.5 years. I think it was just a hobby. I never thought it will be like something bigger, but it kept growing. And occasionally, like I had to quit the job and focus mainly on GDCy because it became a business. And actually, when the Andrey joined, we started growing this and treating this as a business, because the first glance, it was just a cool gathering with friends.
Yeah.
I'm like a bit more structured than Tim, because I have few businesses, to manage. And my initial proposal was to make a proper conference with the same vibes as these small kind of events, with the friendly faces all around, and we could do the real interesting conference for people on Cyprus, about Cyprus, with GDCy vibes in shorts, as Tim mentioned. And then we started preparation, and it was very surprising.
With the idea first.
The idea, but it was very surprising that there are no proper place to set it up. So anyway, our initial goal was to set it up somewhere in the middle of Ladies Mile with tents, with generators, with all the stuff, like a Burning Man.
Yeah,
game dev Burning Man, like in the middle of nowhere.
That was the initial idea.
Yeah.
But then we found that there are a lot of turtles somewhere, or there are a lot of flamingos that would be really stressed if we do something
and
interesting
British
there.
military who's not happy as well.
So it took us half a year after filling up initial concept, and we were in negotiation with the partners, with a lot of partners who were waiting for us to confirm the date and the place, because without date and the place, they were ready to invest and pay sponsorships, but we have nothing to propose. We have no dates, no place to stay.
That's the biggest problem,
and it was impossible to get any money from them. But we decided, I remember the day that we met you here, and we decided to do.
No, everything started that I decided to write to you on Instagram and get in touch. Someone told me you should speak with Farah and San Rafael. They are really open-minded, and maybe they will be interested. And I say, okay, whatever, because we tried before to do something with Malindi and the municipality, on the other side. And I say, okay, let's try with Farah. Why not? And I just drop your message on Instagram, and it worked. And here we are.
I know. I love. Okay, some people laugh, but that's how I love. First of all, supporting local initiatives, young businesses, new ideas, new concepts, and I just think our island needs it. So it's okay. Obviously, it's good for San Rafael, but even sometimes when things are not, or they're not the typical thing of a 5-star hotel, I'm like, no, this is a really good. Even Guava, they started with us supporting them. When no one else believes in them, I was like, yeah, I'll put your DJs in. This is a good thing for the island. We need, fun, and we need different concepts here. It cannot just be one thing. So
that's also,
I'm happy I could help.
It's also the part of our general idea of GDCy itself to promote Cyprus and to give people who live in Cyprus, at least in our industry, more benefits to live here. What can we do? We can give them the good company. We can give them interesting events. We can give them different stuff that we are doing now. All of our members have access to the huge network of discount. Not huge, okay, we are growing it, but pretty big.
Huge.
This fish.
I
caught this fish. Okay, but a network of discount all over the island in restaurants, bars, shops or whatever. We doing some cool collaboration, like this shirt. We did it with the Who. That's the local brand, clothing brand. Two brothers who made this. They're making the cool clothes, and we together with them made this collection with the GDCy, and we will be doing more. We are supporting the local cleanups with the City Friends Club, and give our people.
Anna's coming on on Hotel Talk. We released the episode not too long after yours.
Okay, so we are supporting a lot of local activities and trying to do something good for the place where we are living.
And for people we are working with. So it's more about adding some value to being a part of our community, and a bit about telling the rest of the world about Cyprus as a location for game developers. That's why we have a Cyprus Game Dev track on GDCy Fest, because we want people from other countries know what's happened here, what the legislation are, what's the options for raising children, and teach them to do games in school or in private institutions. Lots of things to do, lots of things to speak about, and new passport program, for example, because huge thousands of people know nothing about how to make it happen and how to legalize properly. So there are lots of topics that we trying to cover, and invite good speakers and good companies who could share and help even from the beginning till the end to support whole the process. It's one of the main goals to share, because there are a huge amount of conferences all over the world.
That's actually one of my questions to you. What what is the gaming industry in Cyprus? Say to people who don't know about it, because many people don't realize how big it is here.
The GDCy actually happened in a good time and place. So after the COVID and after the war, obviously, a lot of CIS based companies, they start to looking for a new ground. Some of them moved to Georgia, some of them moved to Serbia, some of them moved to Armenia, but a lot of big companies moved to Cyprus because there is a lot of benefits for them. This is like a good tax regime. It's inside the European Union. It's like it's easy for you to work with Apple and Google and receive money from them as well as a gaming company. And a lot of big and middle-sized and even like some small-sized companies moved their business here. It was before almost the same. There was a lot of companies, but most of them just had the legal entities and they haven't been present on the island themselves. But now more and more companies like moving here and they even moving some development here as well. And like one of the latest examples is the UFL game, the football simulation, which was like backed up by Cristiano Ronaldo himself, and they raised like $80 million. And they here in Paphos, and they making this game like this is the first football game killer, like not killer, but almost like direct competitor of FIFA, but made on Cypriot soil. And we like created made a closed preview event of the game with a lot of VIPs and a lot of people we invited, and guys positioned them like this is the first AAA game made in Cyprus, and it's really cool.
Amazing.
And that's actually also helped GDCy to grow because so many companies and people relocated, and they're still relocating like every month.
So, and how is the gaming community? Because obviously different industries have different cultures and communities that grow within it. I mean, is it a very supportive one? Are they very cliquey? Tell us a little bit about
trying to make it supportive. Let's call it like that.
Because not as
we are trying to support our members. We are trying to help them with networking, help them with gatherings, and trying to find the right things in the right time. And as Tim mentioned, so game development is huge. And if you're doing international business, if your game is playable from all over the world, you could choose the location where to stay. There are no proper reason not to use, like, incorporate it in, for example, US or in Ireland or any other place, or UK. And you have a decision to make. If you want to stay in a sunny place where like 350 days of sun, good weather, and you could really walk in shorts whole year. I honestly do it like that. Not.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you wear trousers.
Yeah.
Obviously shorts. Everyone's shorts. But
usually,
he's swimming in the pool like the all year round.
Yeah.
I was living without the pool for all my life, so I'm trying to
compensate.
Yes. So, if game developing companies are trying to choose where to stay, Cyprus is a great place, and we are trying to spread the word. And the community and the support of the community is very important, because when you're switching country and you're moving, if you have a huge amount of people coming, you need to onboard them. Without proper support and without proper guidance, it would be messy.
Because and also the socialization.
Yes, if you're alone, sitting somewhere in the middle of nowhere with internet, like the same it was in COVID. It's not very friendly in any industry, but game development, as I mentioned, is more about networking, and even on the conferences where there are lots of interesting content was placed. Right now, we could say that Cyprus is one of the biggest and the most open game development communities all over the Europe, at least.
Yeah, and for about to give you like a little glance about what is people look like who work in game dev, I can tell you my own story. When I just like so I state this the people in game dev industry is one of the best people I ever like met, and this is like the one big reason I ever like work in this industry, and I'm doing GDCy because the people are crazy and
in a good way.
And,
I was going to say crazy amazing.
And this is the story, the like real true story. I'm I don't know, like 18 around 20 years old young boy who's trying to get inside the gaming industry. I have no idea how to do it. I just like playing games since my childhood. I love games. I want to get inside the industry, but I have no idea how. All I did before is like I had my own small advertising agency in Russia, and I did like some events, some like internet advertising, but never worked with games, and I really wanted to. And just for you to understand, I am nobody at all, and I'm opening the LinkedIn and writing to the guy I found just by the search. He's the CEO of Electronic Arts in Russia, EA. It's the biggest, one of the biggest companies in the world, and he's like head of Russian office, Tony Watkins, Irishman. And
I was going to say not a Russian.
Yeah. Irishman.
Who was presented here on stage.
And last year he was playing the stage, but that's I will get to this. So I'm writing to him, just like out of nowhere. I was like 100% sure he's not even. Don't even reply to me, because who am I? And like, it's the CEO of the whole EA. And I'm writing to him, hello, blah, blah, blah. I have an idea about the promoting FIFA games and the Call of Duty games in Russia. We are like small agency. Maybe you have a minute, like, blah, 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 give me some advice, something like this. And you know what surprised me? He replies to me like in a few hours on LinkedIn. And he say, hey, really cool to hear from you. What do you think about grabbing a coffee? I'm in St. Petersburg. He was in Moscow. I was in St. Petersburg. And he just say, I'm in St. Petersburg for a day. Let's meet for a coffee. And I was like, wow, no way. I was like so shocked. And we've met. And he told me a lot of stuff about the gaming industry, give me a lot of advices and insights. And he was so cool and open-minded and open as a person. I was shocked. That's how easy it is. And since then, it's super easy to write to any, founder of the company, CEO of the company, and most probably he will reply to you and give you some advices, or maybe give you a contact of someone and help you out. And
so there's no snootiness.
Absolutely, that was what amazed me.
Game development industry is a good place to stay because of openness and readiness to support all the great ideas.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say. So
I love that. This is becoming like an advert to go and work in the gaming industry.
So we're doing it right.
I don't want my son to listen to this. He'll be like, from now, like, this is my aim.
So let me finish the story really quick. So, and the Tony, he's a musician as well. He has his own band, and he's playing like different cover music, and he even like makes some music videos in Russian. He's tried to learn Russian because his wife is Russian, and he lived in Moscow like for a huge period of time and was a head of EA for, I don't know, around 15 years or something. He's like iconic person. And I promised myself that someday I will make Tony, I will return a favor, and I will invite him as a musician and a guest to my event. And this happened last year. At first I told him, Tony, I need to return the favor. He said, I will love to. And he came from Dubai. Now he's reside there. He came from Dubai with his band come from Moscow. And he performed there here at San Rafael at GDCy Fest, and he was like one of the head guys and
headliners.
Maybe you've seen him in bandana dancing with a girl somewhere in front of the stage.
And it was like kind of end of the story. So it started like when I typed him on LinkedIn out of nowhere, and now he's on my festival.
You see social media as well, how it can connect people.
Yeah.
So what can someone expect from the festival this year? If somebody came last year, what can they expect that's better? And if someone hasn't been, why should they come and what should they expect? I think why they should come, we've covered it, but what should someone expect without doing spoiler alerts?
There are not so many things that would be different. So if people could look a video of the wrap-up of last year's event, they could see the vibe and the festive...
and the vibe was fantastic.
Yes.
It was everyone chilled, it was just so nice. It was summer. It was, what's there not to be happy about? You're in a green area with beautiful sun. Yeah. You guys had amazing lounge areas, you had music going on, there was food,
We're trying to make it bigger and better.
This year we are focusing more on cool speakers from the industry, the big names. So we are bringing a few people even from the Texas, US. They're flying to Cyprus, to Limassol, to our
maybe
festival.
first time in life.
Yeah, first time ever. So this is like the founder of Arcane Studios, who made the Dishonored games, the Prey. It's like pretty big guys. Also the sound director of Hogwarts Legacy, Starfield, and all the AAA games that Age of Empires. He also will be here. And guy who was publishing director of Fortnite. The CEO of Sega of America, and he has like 35 years in experience in the industry. So this year we are focusing on the bigger name in the industry, like cool speakers.
Yes. Last year we were focusing more on the music part and invite Manija. This year we will switch to the local bands from game development industry. So we have lots of game
music
developers
also
who playing music and have their own bands, and we want them on stage this year because it would be more uniting for the community and just to know their heroes.
It's really cool. You see the person on the panel discussion, let's say, about marketing in games, and then a few hours later, the same person's playing the rock music on the stage. And I thought that it will be really cool, and we decided that this year we switched to this more, it's more
like a private party.
It's more like
you see the holistic side of individuals. There's their professional side, but this is
cool music.
And then this is their love or hobby, or
In the end, we want people who would come from abroad to want to become a part of this community.
Definitely, I love that. So, guys,
we love that too. That's why we do it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I should hope so. So, tell me your favorite quotes. Quotes, or something that you say to yourself daily.
Have you done your homework?
Have you done your homework?
I don't remember whose quote is this, but I actually posted yesterday on my Facebook. It says, doesn't matter how many mistakes you are making and how slow you are going, you are 100 miles away from the people who never tried.
Yeah, so, I love that.
But I don't know whose quote is it.
That's so true. Yeah.
But anyway, just stop how to say that, stop overthinking.
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough, I'm too slow. Anyway, you are trying, you're already on this road, you are walking.
And you're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Enjoy the way.
Yeah.
I have two different quotes, but I don't know which one would work better.
Tell us both.
No, we need to stick to one. So let it be the easiest one. It's much better for me personally to ask for forgiveness instead of permission. So
living on the wild side.
More about doing something than waiting for doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's better to do and
that's why you have your own company, so you don't have to ask anyone.
No, but really, it's better to do and regret that you done it than to the whole life regret that you never did. So.
That's what they say. People on their deathbeds, nobody ever regrets what they did.
Yeah.
But the only regrets people have are the things they didn't do.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's another quote I love is once you've made a decision, you just don't think about it again. You've made the decision. That's it. You've made it. You don't worry about it. You just do it. And then
I need to learn how to do it.
Self-reflection is also important. So any decision should be challenged if not by yourself, but by someone. It's not all the things we want to do could be done easily. And it's great where you have someone to speak with to discuss all your options.
Yeah, that's the good thing about a good partnership. I agree. Right, guys, we've got very few questions left in my crystal bowl here. But do you remember the game show Crystal Ball? And I always laugh about that. So here you go. Oh, I don't know. Here, choose one each.
So I'll choose the closest one anyway.
Okay. Shall I read it out to you in case? Okay, so we've got, oh my goodness, I did say, didn't I? There might be about food and it might be more. So for Tim, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You wouldn't say so lucky.
No. It will be too fat. Let's say sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different kind of sushi.
But exactly. If we had to narrow it down and say what particular sushi is your favorite?
Any with a tuna or salmon.
Okay. Go with the easy. So, and then, oh my goodness, Andrey, you've got the deeper question. What was the happiest time of your life?
The funny thing that I hope that the funniest part of my life was in my childhood that I barely remember. So there were no problems, no projects with deadlines, nothing. You just like having fun, maybe going to school. But if it's preschool, it's much easier. You're just having fun and like trying not to disappoint your parents. But honestly, I think the best. The most interesting part of my life was when I was working in Microsoft for the last years. It was like, I think, 6 or 7 years ago. And we were growing huge, and I had a great team to do amazing, crazy things. And I have a budget and right to do it. So, like, most of my interesting business stories and memories came from this time. Because it was amazing, like blue ocean of opportunities to do something.
And you're living the dream.
Yeah, we're still living a dream, but this dream, like it's adapt to reality right now. We're all doing our best.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, thank you so much. This has been really lovely, very, very interesting and insightful for many of us not in your industry. And I can't wait for the next festival. It's coming up now. So if you guys are listening to this, get in touch. We're going to put all the links in the notes. So look up the show notes.
But it's super simple. GDCy.eu. Just Google it and you will find all the information and the tickets and everything.
Book your tickets. Get the VIP ones. And there's lots of delicious food we're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we even have the super VIP tickets with the room in San Rafael included. So don't miss your chance.
Thank you so much. All the best, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Farah. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us more than you may realize. If you are planning on coming to visit us at St. Raphael Resort and Marina, feel free to email our reservations team quoting Hotel Talk and receive an exclusive offer just for you. We look forward to seeing you soon, hearing your feedback about our show, and producing many, many more interesting episodes just for you, our listener, and our valued guest in mind. Thank you so much and take care.